Now it's time for the next logical step, and this is to evaluate, to benchmark how would your business perform if you operated it or sold the results of your work in another European country. And this is very interesting because that's where benchmarking tool really becomes strategic, because it just doesn't show you whether you are better or worse against averages, but it also gives you direction, basically strategic direction. It shows you what's possible in exactly which markets in European Union. So it's time to return to our tool, and this time we go to tab step 3, specific country, and here you can choose specific country to compare the value added. And in this case, just to remind, I'm assuming we are software development company in Poland employing 5 employees. I have entered my values and now I'm comparing myself to Denmark. So my value added per employee is this, and value added per employee in the chosen country of Denmark is significantly higher. So basically, if I sold my work in Denmark, I would make 37,000 euros extra in value added per each employee that I have. And in general, my value added by selling here in Poland is 40% less than in Denmark, and I can also see this in respective graphs. And as you can see, the difference is really huge this time. Many founders feel proud to be among the leaders in their local markets, and that's completely understandable and well-deserved. However, there's a hidden risk, and the risk is in mindset. Because if you are from a small or low maturity market, being a leader in your local market can still mean that you're far, far behind from the leaders in Western Europe. And that is why I recommend you the following trick. Change your reference point. Stop comparing yourself to companies in your own market. Instead, benchmark against well-run companies in mature markets. It's a completely different standard, and it changes how you think about pricing, delivery, quality, operations, marketing, and management. Basically, it changes your thinking. So here's how to do it. Identify a leading IT services company in your specific industry in a European Union market which is more mature than your own. So if you are, let's say, in Balkans, probably you could go to Baltics or Poland. If you are in Poland or Baltics, I would recommend Finland, perhaps Netherlands or Sweden. And try to get financial reports. In many cases, these are public, or maybe they require a fee to obtain. And if they are in foreign language, you can use AI to translate these reports from local languages, right? And then basically create a simple scorecard, right? And you may want to track things like revenue per employee, perhaps value added per employee, profitability, employee costs, marketing costs, growth rate, and similar metrics. And this allows you to analyze how your business differs from that company that you are looking up to, right? And this is very, very powerful reality check. Because you see, once you change your reference point and you stop comparing yourself to other companies in your country, but instead compare to better company in better market, everything changes. You start seeing very clearly whether your business is limited by your market or by your management systems, and what are gaps to bridge. Now here is an example company performance scorecard that I'm using in the trainings, and here is basically a real-life example of a leading company in Latvia, and this data comes from their annual report data, and all data here is in thousands of euros. And just notice the steady growth of revenue per employee, right? They are really doing well in these metrics, and the metrics that I'm tracking, and just to be sure, all these metrics come from their publicly available annual report, is I'm tracking revenue growth, I'm tracking revenue per employee, and look, they actually passed 100,000 revenue benchmark for employee. And do note that this company is only operating in Latvia, so local market. I'm also tracking revenue growth per employee. I'm tracking employee growth, sales and marketing expenses as percentage from revenue, the growth of sales and marketing expenses, net profits, and not net profit change year over year. In general, it gives you a good sense of how this company is doing, and if you are benchmarking your own company against that company, it will give you a lot of food for thought of what you should change in your company, or where you should start spending more or spending less. This mindset shift to start comparing yourself to better companies in better markets is very, very crucial, because international expansion is not only about more sales, it's about building better, more sustainable, more profitable business. In the next module, we will take a step further. We will look what are exactly the profits that you could generate if you sold the same things with the same team, but in different European market.